Any attack made by the rebels against this station would be a useless gesture, no matter what technical data they've obtained. This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
That is fantastic. Terrific work. So no weaknesses at all, huh?
No.
You hesitated there. Is there something I should know?
No, it's virtually indestructible, like 99.99%.
Okay. Wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask what's the .01.
Well, I mean, there's this little hole. It was kind of an aesthetic choice by the architect, and if you shoot a laser into this hole, the station blows up.
Whoa. That sounds like a pretty big design flaw there.
No. The hole's only 2 meters across.
Well, that's no bigger than a womp rat.
Podcasting from somewhere in Central Florida.
Where is the bloody rum?
I see you've tried knifey spoony before.
Let's drink some rum.
Rum is the power, rum is the key, rum is the thing that will set us free. Rum,
And nerdy.
rum,
And nerdy.
Sit back, relax. Remember to turn off your cell phones. For the next hour, let me be your Candy Crush.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Rum and Nerdy. I'm Greg.
And I'm Garrick.
And this is... Are you sure? This is episode...
Maybe? Sure.
Let's confirm that later. This episode 4.45, taco salad.
Hey, that's what we had for dinner.
Yeah. Sandy made it while we were out having cigars with our friend Matt.
Yeah.
So
and cheese meal. And cheese
meal.
Yeah.
And some other guy, the chiropractor.
Who may or may not know how to fix your back.
Yeah, that would be nice. Any improvement is improvement, so whatever. I'll give him a chance.
The fact that he nonchalantly mentioned, like, oh, yeah, that's a thing. Just swing by. I'll fix that.
Yeah.
Like, this has plagued me for years.
You just need to change your glasses.
Yeah. It was that easy.
Yeah.
Whoa. You wear pants? Oh, that's been your problem.
You know what? I've been talking for years about going pantless. I really wanted to. For years and years. It's like, I need to go pantless. Didn't happen. Anyway, so it's another one of those Thursday night late. We're recording. I saw, of course, of things, some TikToks. They inspired me for us to go back and go to our roots. We have not had a nerd out episode in a while.
No.
Specifically, we haven't had a Star Wars nerd out. So most of the things that...
Like a Star Wars general trivia night?
Yeah, just things like, hey, I bet you didn't know that the lightsaber is actually a prop made from George Lucas's wife's dildo. I made that up. That's not true at all.
You absolutely made that up because we all know it was a...
Yeah, it's a flash
It's
thing.
a camera flash, yeah. Obviously.
Anyway, but Obi-Wan's was made from, I don't know, other parts.
Well, did you hear about how the Luke's lightsaber in Return of the Jedi came to be?
No.
So when Return of the Jedi started filming, and Mark Hamill was on set, and the prop department handed him a lightsaber, he's like, "Yeah, I don't have this one anymore. It fell down the giant hole with my hand in the last movie." And the prop department went, "Oh fuck, you're right. That lightsaber doesn't exist anymore in the universe." And in a panic, they went and grabbed Obi-Wan's stunt saber from the first movie. And that's why Luke's lightsaber in Return of the Jedi looks remarkably similar to Obi-Wan's lightsaber.
Because it was just the one they used in practice.
It was the same one. It was the stunt saber.
Wow.
And like the official canon story is like Luke modeled his second lightsaber after Obi-Wan's. No, prop guy grabbed it because it was handy.
Yeah, Luke didn't make that. He bought it at a secondhand shop. He bought that at General Dooku's yard sale, the family estate sale.
Yeah, something
I don't
like
think
that.
he's coming back. Should we sell these? Yeah.
There you go. Boom. So there's some Star Wars trivia to start off Star Wars trivia night.
The thing you said was trivia. The thing I said was total bullshit.
It was absolute bullshit.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that because I'll own that. I'm clipping a little bit. I'm going to adjust my audio. Okay, sounds a little bit better.
That's what we get for not balancing beforehand.
Yeah.
When we
It's
say
late.
when we say no prep, we mean no production prep.
Well, we're better than that, though. I mean, maybe we're not. I don't know. Anyway, so I pulled up some stuff. So here's the thing. it wasn't really trivia, but they've officially announced now. So Lucasfilm, part of Disney, has been struggling with the fans lately.
Struggling with the fans is key because they have not been struggling generating really great content.
Agreed.
They've been struggling getting assholes to not bitch about it on
Yeah.
the internet.
Yeah, we need better nerds. Anyway, so they've announced officially that they are now in production for episode 10, 11, and 12. It will be another trilogy. It is not a quote unquote like the Skywalker story is basically done, but this does feature Rey.
It's kind of it's been called the continuation of the Skywalker story.
Yeah.
Since she's now Rey Skywalker, apparently.
Yeah, but is she? I mean, whatever. I get what you're saying. Whatever.
But it's the main story. It's not like, Andor or Acolyte or any Solo. This is very specifically the...
Might end up being exactly the search for more money. Spaceballs reference there for you non-nerds. Anyway, so...
Evil will always triumph because good is dumb.
As we've learned this week. So they've attached a writer, Simon Kingberg, and I was looking at his IMDb and like, holy shit, this is the guy you want writing this. So he's known for The Martian. He was a producer for The Martian. Where, what's his name? He's going to science the shit out of this and he makes baked potatoes.
Yeah, Matt Damon, Stuck on Mars.
Yeah. Logan, like the best X-Men movie ever. I love that movie.
He did a number of the X-Men films, including Last Stand, First Class, Days of Future Past.
Yeah, he was involved in...
the original Deadpool?
Yeah. He was executive producer on Deadpool and Wolverine. Just going through some of these, and just like the top level things. New Mutants, Twilight Zone, TV series, Legion, Designated Survivor, X-Men, Dark Phoenix. And these are just like producer. But if you go down to like writing credits, because he's the writer, right? Let's see. Invasion, Death on the Nile, Twilight Zone, Legion, Designated Survivor, X-Men, Dark Phoenix, Once Upon a Deadpool. That was funny. Deadpool 2, Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, which is key.
Yeah. Logan, X-Men Apocalypse, Deadpool, The Martian, Fantastic Four. So these are writing credits specifically for him. So like this is a nerd writer. This is our guy. I like this. This feels like a good place to start.
It really does. It really does. I feel like it's a good place to be if you're going to position yourself for a successful movie trilogy.
Right. You start with a writer that knows the medium, So I don't know. Feel pretty good about that. We'll see where it goes. But that's early news. But anyway, that inspired me. We haven't talked about Star Wars. And like we've reviewed TV shows, but we haven't like talked about Star Wars. Like the Star Wars we grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
So and around that, circumstantially, ended up seeing another TikTok. And it was a guy interviewing who had interviewed one of the concept artists because we're coming up and celebrating the 20th anniversary of episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
And interestingly enough, on the storyboards, when they were first putting it together, the Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn partnership, the Obi-Wan was the older of the two, and Qui-Gon Jinn was the student. The older still got, killed by Darth Maul. But one thing Lucas wanted to put in there apparently was this idea that the student took on the name of the master if the master died.
And I had not heard that. No, was that just a Jedi thing in general, or specifically with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon?
I don't in that story they didn't really clarify. Kind of made it sound like that was just like this lexicon thing.
Just a weird lexicon thing. Just
a thing there. But at the last minute he changed it back. But Lucas had thought about this for a long, long time.
Why would Lucas just think about it but not execute it?
Well, in episode 4,
easy thing to implement. When
he's like, "Hey, are you Obi-Wan?" When Luke says that to him, and he flips the hood back and goes, "Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time."
Obi-Wan. Yeah. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah. You throwing on the jacket there?
It's fucking freezing in here.
Yeah.
Your house is like 4 degrees.
Hey, check it out. Alexa, turn off the studio fan.
Nah.
Better?
It's like living in a wind tunnel.
Yeah. Well, and you're wearing a Kansas City Chiefs leather jacket.
That's a really nice jacket.
Yeah.
Might take this home.
No, you won't. Dick. Anyway, don't steal my jackets. So, so that was like a little piece of trivia that, at the last minute, he's like, no, some of the younger viewers might not understand that kind of Dread Pirate Roberts kind of, thing. And so they abandoned it at the last minute, but it was in the storyboards. Apparently.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Your turn.
My turn. Okay.
Throw you under the bus or put you in the spotlight.
Okay. This one is weird. Well, actually, first off, the opening credit bit from
scroll?
Family Guy. Yeah. No.
Oh,
I'm saying from our episode today. Reminded me of one of my favorite Star Wars memes that's floating around out there, with just a picture of that guy from Episode 4. When he was yelling at Vader. In the staff meeting. And it was just the caption, this guy was such a gangster for telling his evil wizard cyborg boss that his religion is bullshit during a work meeting.
How many times have we wanted to tell our evil cyborg witch boss?
Yeah.
Suck it.
I just laugh every time I see that guy because I can only think of this meme, and it's freaking classic. So
hilarious.
Have you seen the trailers for the upcoming Star Wars Skeleton Crew?
I've seen the logo. I've not seen the trailer yet.
So the trailer recently dropped for it. Skeleton Crew being the new Disney Plus Star Wars television series. Going to be released on December 3rd, so right around the corner. Right around the corner. And it looks pretty awesome. If it's going to follow in the shoes of Andor and some of those other just, off non-Skywalker centric Star Wars stories, it looks like it's going to be really good. But there is a pretty compelling conspiracy theory out there that says it's a reboot and or prequel to Captain EO from Epcot with Michael Jackson. That video?
What?
Yeah. When you look at it, there is character by character, almost all of the Michael Jackson Captain EO Epcot crew is represented by the Skeleton Crew.
Should we pause it and watch this real fast?
What, all of Captain EO or the trailer?
The trailer.
Sure.
Be right back. Okay, and we're back. That was instantaneous. That was crazy. We're back at now. So no, I had not seen that trailer, and I have to say I've got some mixed feelings because it's got what was that 80s movie, Flight of the Navigator, whatever, where those kids had a little program and they...
No, okay, so Flight of the Navigator is the one where the kid got inside the Pee Wee Herman alien spaceship and ended up going forward in time, backward in time, blah, blah, blah. That was you're thinking of Explorers.
Yeah.
Where the aliens were beaming circuit board dreams into the one kid's head,
Yeah.
and then they built a spaceship and they went and flew out and met the aliens.
This has got a lot of those kind of... This is like that 1980... When you look at it, the character that looks kind of like that blue creature looking thing...
Oh, Neil, the sidekick that has the same trunk and blue hue as the sidekick Hooter from Captain EO?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that one, if he wasn't there and it was just human kids...
He was just Max Rebo.
This it would be like, oh, the 1980s Earth accidentally went to Star Wars land.
It feels very Goonies-esque. It looks like it has a Goonies feel to it. Like that classic 80s
kid adventure.
Kid adventure. I really like it. I really like it. You go down the list, though, shot-for-shot comparisons between each one of the characters from Skeleton Crew and Captain EO, it's ugh. They kind of nailed it.
Well, I don't particularly remember Captain EO well.
I don't remember it well either. Thankfully, the internet is like, look at these creatures and how they connect.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty compelling story.
Well, once this show comes out on December 3rd and we're able to watch it, which, by the way, I'm at this crossroads. Like, Disney Plus is going from like $80 to $140 a year.
Ugh.
And I keep getting these alerts like, hey, your subscription's coming up and it's going to cancel unless you approve this change in price. And I don't know.
I think all of the streaming services are slowly pushing us back into piracy. Remember back when it's like, hey, you know what? I could sign up for that service, or I could just download it illegally off the internet, and that's probably better. I think we're all just kind of moving back into that direction.
Yeah. Napster for Netflix.
Yeah. Remember Pirate Bay?
No.
Oh.
The rum?
No,
Pirate Bay.
the torrent site. Where it's just like, oh, you want a movie or a TV show? Just like, go here, it's free.
I do not remember that.
No, well, forget I mentioned it.
Yeah. I already did.
Forget I mentioned it on the air, mostly for legal reasons.
Yeah. All you listeners, forget that he mentioned
Yeah,
it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
Yeah. Anyway,
Myrit Hay, what? Nothing.
so here's a funny bit. So in episode 4, Peter Cushing, who Grand Moff, right? So apparently
One of these side quest Doctor Who's.
Yeah. So he had a wardrobe malfunction. His boots were not the right size.
Nope.
And they were excruciating.
Yep.
And that the scenes of him there kind of watching the monitors and everything, like there were a lot of takes of that. So apparently he was in so much pain that they let him take, like he was wearing slippers
Yep.
for most of the shots.
Yep. Yeah, because you never see his feet.
Yeah. There was a couple establishing shots where like, okay, they used some stuff to show like, oh, he's wearing these boots.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher said it was one of the most awkward things is because here's this very imposing, figure towering over here, yelling at her in a thick British accent, and the whole time he's wearing fucking slippers.
Yeah. So, little known fact. So, there's that.
To the unnerds.
To the unnerds?
Yeah, the unnerds.
Oh, they wouldn't know that, yeah. But us
I like
mainstream
to think,
nerds.
I'd like to think most of our audience knows about Peter Cushing's slippers.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you know about the side bet between George Lucas and Steven Spielberg?
I do. It was between Star Wars and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and each one thought that their movie was going to suck and the other director's movie was going to be amazing. So they each traded each other 1% ownership.
2.5 points.
I thought it was 1%. Okay, 2.5 points. And Steven Spielberg ended up making a lot more on that deal.
Sure.
What? I don't.
40 million.
40 million. Yeah, he made more money off of his side bet with George Lucas than he did off of Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of insane.
Yeah, it says, so Star Wars became one of the most highest grossing movies ever at the time, ranking $775 million in 1977. Close Encounters was a hit too, but nowhere nearly as successful, earning $304 million at the box office, according to Time magazine. That could put Spielberg's take the bet around $40 million, adjusted for inflation.
So you're just reading this off a list. How about you just read off each one of these things and we see if I know them?
Okay.
Make it a fun Star Wars nerd trivia challenge.
The Daily Show host Trevor Noah can speak the language of what? You're probably looking over my shoulder at the picture.
The Jawas?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Or at least he can understand it because the language was originally based off the African language Zulu. And although Jawa trade talk has been altered from Zulu, with the sound designer Ben Burt speeding it up in post-production, it's close enough that Zulu speakers like Noah can understand it.
Mutiti.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means $3.
Really?
I don't know. I made that up. I do that a lot. Okay.
Apparently, I don't know.
I should move this over to a screen that
Yeah, you should. That I can't see. That's fine.
Okay. Can you see that screen?
No.
Okay. Alec Guinness famously wasn't much of a fan of Star Wars. He once called it a fairy tale rubbish that, quote, could be interesting perhaps, but he savvily made plenty off of his involvement in the films. He cut a deal for 2% of the gross royalties paid to George Lucas for the original Star Wars, a deal that earned him and continuously earns his estate millions.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Good for him and his family.
That's right.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Actors always go for the points.
Yeah. It's always own the content. Lucas's idea for Return of the Jedi originally had Luke Skywalker going full dark side. After Darth Vader's redemption and death, Lucas said in a story session with Lawrence Kasdan, Luke was going to pick up Vader's mask and put it on, saying, "Now I am Vader." Kasdan was into it, but Lucas decided it was just too dark.
I didn't know that. That's some Revenge of the Jedi action going on there.
It's more. It's like I think it was like the Dark Force Rising. Like Luke had on more than one occasion kind of dipped his toe in the dark side.
Yeah, but one of those inconsistencies. One of those inconsistencies of the series, where Luke was able to see the good in Darth Vader and bring him back from the dark side, but his nephew had bad dreams, so he was going to kill him.
Oh, I saw a thing on this recently too.
Yeah.
So it was a theory that Luke had gotten married and had a kid, and that he had a vision. The thing that put him over was that he had a vision that Kylo killed his wife and kid. And that's what drove him over to light it. And as soon as he lit it, he was like, shit, I'm wrong, but it was too late. But in that destruction, when it cuts and it shows him there kneeling and crying, it was because not just that all of his students were killed, but because his wife and kid were killed as well.
Huh. Didn't know that.
It was a fan theory, I think. That was a fan theory.
Well, then it doesn't count.
No, but it's interesting. If you like that kind of thing. Yeah.
I don't know. Did you know Luke carried the American Express black card?
No.
He didn't. Just made that up. If you're going to, fan theories are that level of garbage.
We've done episodes
other than the Captain EO theory, which I think holds a lot of water.
Or that Bink and Taz, that one, that's not
really a fan theory. That's just
comic book brilliance.
Side quest, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what else you got?
Return of the Jedi is stacked with references to the 1951 film The Day the Earth Stood Still. Jabba's barge in Return of the Jedi features an alien named Klaatu, played by Corey D. Williams, son of Billy D. Williams. In reference to Klaatu, the name of the main character from the 1951 sci-fi flick, in the movie, Klaatu uses the phrase to activate his robotic companion Gort.
Klaatu Barada Nikto.
Yes. Another alien from the barge is named Barada, and Nikto is the particular alien species from which the Klaatu hails. So they threw that back in.
That was clever.
Yeah. As you do.
Sure.
Moving on, Rogue One has pieces of the prequel trilogy in it. I think we've talked about this. The background of the Coruscant outside the window of Eros' apartment during the flashback sequence isn't CGI, but actually a matte painting. It was used for background scene in the planet in Revenge of the Sith.
Interesting.
Huh. Recycle, renew, reuse.
I wonder where those matte paintings go. It's just really amazing pieces of art on glass.
They go to Matt's house.
Do they go to Matt's house?
Yeah.
Is that where they go?
I made that up.
That's
fan theory.
It's Matt's painting. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. A massive snowstorm interrupted shooting in Norway on The Empire Strikes Back, slowing down the production. At one point, the crew found themselves snowed in at their hotel. Director Irving Kershner used the time to pick up a few shots, including Luke leaving the Wampa's cave amid snowstorm. For the scene, Kirshner sent Mark Hamill out from the hotel and shot him coming back through the open lobby doors.
Yep.
I didn't know that one.
I knew that one. It was a terrible storm, and there's some pictures floating around out there where it shows like the rest of the crew sitting in the hotel lobby, and then just an open door and Mark Hamill wandering around in the parking lot. Like it's comical. Yeah.
Well, that's all what's in the frame. According to Death Row Records engineer Rick Clifford, Tupac Shakur auditioned for the role of Mace Windu in The Phantom Menace. Of course, the part went to Samuel L. Jackson.
I did hear that.
Okay, so to fill out the asteroid field in The Empire Strikes Back, the crew used spray-painted potatoes for the distant asteroids that appear in the background. Yeah, they kind of look like potatoes.
Yep.
I didn't know that one.
I knew that one.
You did?
Yep. It ranks right up there with the shoe that makes an appearance in Return of the Jedi in the final battle.
This next one?
Yeah.
I did know. The guys from the boy band NSYNC filmed a scene for the cameo appearances in Attack of the Clones, according to former band member Joey Fatone. What's not clear is whether the band actually appears in the movie. They had background parts in the battle on Geonosis, but it was generally believed their appearances were cut. Saturday Night Live even made a skit spoofing it. The Huffington Post makes a pretty compelling argument that some members of NSYNC actually are in the film, though, obscured behind the columns of marching droids.
I did not know that. Yeah. You should call Joey Fatone and see if that's true.
I've actually heard somebody who heard something. I think they were on set.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Validated.
Yeah, I believe this is true. This one I also knew too. The alien species to which E.T. from E.T. the Extraterrestrial belongs to makes a brief cameo in the Galactic Senate in The Phantom Menace. And while you might have heard that before, you may not know that that since they are part of Star Wars canon and voting members of the Republic, their species also has a name.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. A Sojian hailing from the planet Brodo-Osogi.
Well, there you go.
But that also, in theory, confirms that Earth also exists in the universe.
Yeah. Well, you know the reason why they appear in that scene, don't you?
Lost a bet to Steven Spielberg.
No. So ILM was doing work for E.T., like the special edition or touching it up or something. So they had digital assets for E.T. to Alien. And out of sheer laziness, they needed more alien assets to fill the Senate. And they said, use those, copy, paste. Boom, more aliens.
Tilt your mic up.
Oh, sorry.
You're talking into the side of the microphone.
Like that?
That's better. Thanks. Thanks.
Sorry, it's really cold in here.
Kessel Rum Runner, whatever storyteller guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Jabba's Laugh, created by sound designer Ben Burt, was created by combining several sounds, including those of humans, hyenas, and hippos. The human was a Karen. I don't know. I made that up. Lucas
didn't know that one. Okay.
Lucas toyed with the idea of a young Han Solo appearing in Revenge of the Sith, even going so far as having a concept art of the 10-year-old Solo created. Young Han appeared in rough drafts of the film script. He would have been part of the Battle of Kashyyyk, appearing with Chewbacca.
I didn't know that, but I also would have hated that.
Because it would have changed other stories.
Why would young Han have been on Kashyyyk?
They hadn't told some of the background of the two of theirs, how long they'd been friends.
It feels weird.
Yeah, well, it's not your story to tell.
I know.
Jabba the Hutt took 2 people to build and was constructed of 4 tons of clay and foam latex. He famously required 3 puppeteers to operate the giant slug from inside its massive body.
Yeah, that would have been left arm, right arm, and then those 2 operators also did eyes, mouth, and tongue. And the third guy was back in the tail. He made the little tail wag.
Yeah. He had a nickname, Taily. Made that up.
Also not true.
You're starting to catch all mine.
Wait
now.
a minute. Everything that you say is bullshit. I get it. I can follow along.
Everything that I'm not reading off the
everything
internet,
that you're not reading. Yeah.
because the internet can't lie.
No, never.
According to Mark Hamill, one of the studio notes for Star Wars was to deal with Chewbacca's nakedness. Lucas fought the note and put pants or shorts on Chewbacca, eventually winning the battle to keep him fur only, except for his trademark bandolier.
Did you ever see the Robot Chicken episode where Chewie and Han go back to Chewie's family's place for like Thanksgiving?
Yes.
And they open the door and all of Chewie's family they're all wearing clothes, like fully clothed. And Han just looks at Chewie, he's like, "Whoa, you've been naked this whole time?" And
Yes.
he reaches out to hug him. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Many of the names for creatures, droids, and other characters seen in the backgrounds of the Mos Eisley Cantina were named long after Star Wars filming was complete. Hamill told Space.com that most of the names for characters were filled in with the aim of meeting the demand for lots of different Star Wars toys. A lot of these things were called just like the trash can robot, he recalls. Now it's, no, that's IG-88.
Yeah.
Funny.
True.
Yeah, I know. This one we all know, Revenge of the Jedi.
The
original title for Revenge of the Jedi, famously leading to the Return of the Jedi. Blah blah blah. We knew that.
You can see like Return of the Jedi posters make their way into random places. Like, did you ever watch the Goldbergs?
No.
Fun show. Adam F. Goldberg. It's kind of a loosely based on his experience growing up in the 80s. Anyway, he's got a Revenge of the Jedi poster in his room.
Nice.
In that TV show. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Nice. Okay, moving on.
Some
Blue
people-
Harvest
some
is
people
well
know.
known as the code name used for Return of the Jedi during the filming to throw people off the scent. The TV show Family Guy even used the name for its Star Wars spoof special, but apparently the cast and crew were seriously considered filming a fake horror film to pass the time while waiting out soundstorms so they could film the Sarlacc pit scene. Stuck in their trailer, the idea for a short movie came together. It would have starred Carrie Fisher, and the idea was to have the plot match Blue Harvest's fake tagline, Horror Beyond Imagination. I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
That is new to me. This next one, we both knew because we've talked about this before. The later Star Wars movies are full of cameo appearances. Perhaps most notable is Anthony Daniels, who played C-3PO, appearing out of his golden droid suit for the one and only time in Attack of the Clone during the Outlander Club sequence.
No.
We knew that.
There's a bunch of throughout all of the movies. One of my personal favorite is one of the stormtroopers in the room with Rey when she's getting interrogated.
Daniel Craig,
yeah. Fucking James Bond.
Yeah. And he didn't want to be credited for it. Like, he's not in the credits.
Yeah, not at all. There's a bunch of people that are just in stormtrooper costumes.
Yeah. I just want to do this thing because it's fucking badass.
It's cool, yeah.
Exactly. In that same scene, fans can catch a look at Ahmad Best without CGI accoutrement that turned him into Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, yeah. Who later went on to play that Jedi? In
Yep. What a great story.
that movie, yeah.
He beat
show.
He beat his depression and all that stuff caused by shitty
The
fucking fans.
Mandalorian, that was it.
Yeah.
Which one of the fucking
There you go.
Mandalorian, yeah.
Okay, next, special on May 4th, otherwise known as Star Wars Day, cheeky fans like to share the name of the in-universe music played in Mos Eisley Cantina. It's known as Jizz, an unfortunate riff on jazz.
Dun, 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 dun,
This is where you go, you made that up.
yeah.
No, I didn't. Somebody else did. Yeah. That one song, when they redid it with Snooty and whatever, and it's actually got words.
From Jabba's Palace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude, like
Yeah.
I want to get a karaoke version of that with the lyrics and everything.
I saw a video of a band covering that song, and they did an amazing job of it.
You've shown that to me.
Vocals and everything, where you're like, oh, fuck. They crushed it.
Crushed it. Okay, Alien Field. We know about this. The Alien Field holographic chess-like game, Dejarik, originally seen in The Millennium Falcon and A New Hope, returns in The Force Awakens. Director J.J. Abrams wanted the scene in the new film to mirror the original as closely as possible and even enlisted Phil Tippett, who worked on the effects of the original film, to do the stop motion and animation on the game that was essentially to its original look. And we know this because they originally made 12 pieces, but only used 9 because it was kind of crowded on there with their visual effects and everything.
And this is the story that our friend Corey from Tippett Studio always tells.
Yeah.
And that was Solo. Solo's where they had it's the first time that all 12 figures appeared on the chessboard.
And in fact, I think Chewbacca's the one that gets mad and kind of slams his hand out, like breaks off a knob, and it sparks, and 3 of them disappear.
Yeah, that's a really fun story about, because the original, because when they redid it, they went and found all of the original stop motion figures, and random collectors had purchased them at auction.
Yeah, they were given out to the crew, and then they scattered into the wind. Yeah,
I think Phil Tippett had some, Dennis Mirren had some, like the original ILM founders, but I think Peter Jackson had 1 or 2 that he had won at auction. Anyway, for the full story on that one, tune into Rum and Nerdy season 1 episode. The one with the book. I think it's called the one with the book.
With Corey talking about his book.
With Corey,
A Story Well Told.
A story well told. But that's the episode where Corey tells. I'm not going to steal Corey's thunder, but that's the one where he tells the story about how those figures came to be.
Well, moving on. Go back and listen to that.
Yeah, I was panic looking up on Spotify what fucking episode that was.
You did it real well, though.
It was pretty early on. Yeah.
You didn't fuck a boot.
I didn't do it at all. I didn't stall nothing. Okay, episode 11, season 1, episode 11, the one with the book. There you go. That's where
God, that was a long time ago.
That is where our friend Corey Rosen with Tippett Studio tells the story of the figures and the thing.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And that was he zoomed in and was like from a park.
Yeah, yes.
Is that a park?
He was in a park,
like a picnic.
It was post pandemic. It was post pandemic, but I mean, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still kind of paid attention back then.
Yeah, he was clearly outside for some reason, but yeah.
Yep. Anyway, so moving on. Harrison Ford broke his leg on the set while filming Force Awakens when he was pinned under a hydraulic door with the Millennium Falcon on set. This was widely posted in the news. It is fact that it was widely reported during filming. While less well known is the accident resulted in a $1.95 million fine for the Disney-owned Foodles production for violating the UK's Health and Safety at Work Act.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know about the fine, but I knew that. Yeah, they're like.
I knew he broke his leg, but I mean, was it like the door, a show action door broke? Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, it was like this big mechanical door that goes, and they said, okay, so here's the deal: you're going to walk out the door, and when you walk out the door, stay out of the way because it's going to. And like he was walking through the door and felt he screwed up his line and turned around, and the door came down on him, and he kind of fell back, but his leg was in the doorway when it hit.
Ooh.
And they told him, like, big mechanical effect, you walk through, door drops, do not stay in the doorway. And Harrison Ford was still like, I don't know, 11-90 or something. And he's getting up there. And
he remembered his lines. He forgot the show action equipment.
Yeah. And so there was a safety coordinator there and everything else, and it was like a whole deal. But delayed production for like 4 months.
They named the dog Indiana.
I got to burp. I'm going to burp here in a second. The South Pacific island of Nui Poot, Star Wars images on its money. Back in
what?
2011, the island was looking to mint commemorative Star Wars coins that were worth $2 in the currency of nearby New Zealand. Mostly, though, the limited edition minting was a sales stunt and not necessarily an indicator that the island prefers Star Wars characters over Queen Elizabeth II. Dumb. This is just dumb. That doesn't need to be on the list.
It doesn't. That doesn't.
Phantom Menace is the first time any female pilot actually appears on film in Star Wars, especially Denis Elberg. More women joined as the ranks of the rebellion pilots in The Force Awakens and Rogue One. Women pilots were filmed for the Battle of Endor and Return of the Jedi, but none made it into the final cut. That's regrettable. Sound designer Ben Burt created Chewbacca's voice from a wide range of sounds, including bears, walruses, badgers, and sick animals. Chewbacca has a family. God, this is a scary picture. His Wookiee kin are central to the Star Wars holiday special when Chewie returns home from the annual Life Day celebration. We meet his wife, Malia, and son, Lumpy, and his father, Itchy. It's weird.
It's so bad.
It is.
It's so bad. If there's one thing that you wish you could retcon, it would be the fucking holiday special.
Well, and at the same time, I wish I had this on DVD.
I think I have it somewhere.
Do you?
I have it saved somewhere.
Lucas
Absolutely.
spares no expense in making sure this doesnn't exist anywhere.
He does, and thankfully the internet is like, nope, here it is.
Yeah,
I have that somewhere. I will find that and give that to you.
That would be fantastic.
There's random.
I don't even need to own it. I just want to watch it.
Well, too bad.
We should do a watch party.
We shouldn't. It's terrible.
Well, we'll get drunk first.
Also terrible.
Yeah, we'll see. George Lucas quit the Directors Guild of America over the opening credits. This I knew. The Empire Strikes Back. Lucas wanted the Star Wars film to forgo any credits at their start, leaving them all for the end of the movie because he felt it negatively affected their opening theme for all the openings. The Directors Guild fined him $25,000 for trying to kick Empire director Irvin Kershner's name to the end, even though Kershner didn't mind. Lucas paid the fine, but both left the Directors and Writers Guild afterwards.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I did.
And it was only after Empire, not even the original, episode 4?
I think the first one, the original, when they recut it, I think they did something different. But I think the original had the director's name, and then
Really?
Yeah.
Well, also originally it didn't say episode 4, so I know they redid it.
Correct.
Lucas has been fucking with those movies since 1980.
He won't put it down. R2-D2's map to Luke Skywalker dates all the way back to A New Hope. According to the Force Awakens director J.J. Abrams, when R2 tapped into the Death Star's computer system, he downloaded all kinds of Imperial data, and that included a particular planet full of Jedi artifacts that few knew the location of. Apparently, the reason R2 has been powered down since Luke left is that he's been searching for clues to Luke's whereabouts. When BB-8 shows up with the missing map piece, R2 finally able to figure out where Luke has gone. That was in the movie. We knew that. Why is that on this list?
I don't know.
Steven Spielberg helped on Revenge of the Sith. The longtime close friend of Lucas reportedly helped out as an uncredited second unit director on the movie. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Twin Peaks creator David Lynch was Lucas's first choice to direct Return of the Jedi. Lucas was reportedly surprised when Lynch turned the movie down.
I absolutely would not have been surprised with Lynch turning that down. David Lynch hasn't even seen the new Dune.
Weird. The original opening crawl for Star Wars was a little different than what appeared in the film. Lucas's friend and director Brian De Palma helped him work the copy to create the iconic opening that's now part of the film.
All filmed like manually. They had the scroll was literally a scroll, and they had to wind it.
Yeah, it was like a glass plate.
Yeah, they had to wind it across a camera.
Yeah.
Skipping that one.
Skipping that.
that
Yeah,
one.
we're getting late in the episode. Emperor Palpatine was played by a woman.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, what was her name?
The Empire Strikes Back. The Emperor's voice was Clive Revel, but the person wearing the heavy application of makeup was actually Elaine Baker, then wife of makeup designer Rick Baker. Ian McDermott took on the role of from Return of the Jedi forward.
Yep. And I think that has changed in the special edition. Like they edited in.
Yeah.
Ian McDermott, yeah. But the original, if you have a VHS copy of these movies floating around out there, you can see the original Emperor in the thing.
Here's one. This is a good place to leave off.
Okay.
This is the final one that we're going to do. The lyrics to the song the Ewoks sing in celebration at the Return of the Jedi, at the end of Return of the Jedi. You know, the one commonly known as Yub Nub.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, Yub Nub, Yubbity Nub. Yubbity nub nub nub.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not far off, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a really great drink at Olga's at Galaxy's Edge.
It is. It was written by Toto lead singer and son of composer John Williams, Joseph Williams.
Hold on.
Yes.
John Williams' son is the lead singer for Toto.
You didn't know that.
I didn't know that. How did
I
I,
thought
not
we
know
talked
that?
about that.
We might. I don't fucking remember
because
that.
we went and saw Toto in Atlanta.
I know we saw Toto, and guess who didn't come up? John fucking Williams.
Yeah.
That whole time. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
I feel like we had that conversation on this show.
Wow. Yeah. It's,
In season 2,
I
have no idea.
can't wait to forget that fact and then relearn it again and be surprised.
Yeah.
Really?
Son of composer John Williams. Yeah. And also wrote that song score, or part of the score, but the song for the John Lynch
Dune.
Yeah. From 1984.
They scored all of Dune.
Yeah. And we saw him at a concert where they started playing that song, and you and I stopped and we're like, "Oh my God, yes!" And everybody else looked like
what? They're just jamming in between songs, and I'm like, no,
what's
this
this
is
musical interlude. No, this is from Dune.
This is from Dune. Yeah, the best David Lynch media ever.
It's pretty fucking fantastic. New one's good.
Twin Peaks has nothing on Dune.
So, and switching gears off of Star Wars into Dune. So, what's that new show? It came out like last week. We haven't started watching it yet.
It hasn't come out last week. It's coming out soon. Dune Prophecy.
Yeah.
On, was it HBO Max?
Something like that.
I think it's HBO Max. Yeah, it's coming out soon. I look for it over the weekend.
Yeah, because Aaron and Cheesemule.
I got caught up on Penguin, and I'm like, oh, the new Dune is out. I got to watch that, and new Dune is not out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. That's our Star Wars trilogy, our Star Wars trivia, obscure things that you might not have known.
That's a handful of some solid nerd trivia.
Yeah.
I'm on board. I like it.
I like it a lot, too. Anyway, that was kind of a fun episode. I like this. We need to do more nerd.
More nerd?
More nerd.
More.
It's kind of it's ironically, we focused on the nerd. Didn't drink any rum. We were drinking earlier, though.
Yeah. It was a good night out.
It was. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
TEA friends and cheese meal.
And there we go. Speaking of TEA friends and everything else, we have one more episode prior to IAPA. So all of our industry folks going to get excited about that. We will be recording live for 4 of those days. We're recording and uploading daily.
IAPA week will be a lot of work.
Yeah, it's going to be exhausting.
It always is.
Yeah. And that week can go right into my daughter's 18th birthday. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Just a glutton for punishment.
She's a big girl now.
Like an actual woman.
Shut up.
Legally.
No. Nope.
She can vote. She'll be able to vote.
Not by the next one.
If they're still voting, she'll be allowed to vote.
Yeah. Anyway, listen. let's start off by thanking our good friend Dave Martin, who we'll see here in a couple weeks.
Demo Dave Pro. .com. I wanted to see how long it would.
That was so pregnant. It's twins. That pause. That's not a pregnant pause.
It was so long. YouTube tried to put an ad break in it.
Anyway, so thanks for that. You can check it out on our website, rumandnerdy.com. That's rumandnerdy.com.
Social medias, we are also at rumandnerdy, A-N-D.
You can email us, show@rumandnerdy.com. I know we've gotten a couple emails. I haven't responded very well. I need to go back and get caught up on that stuff. But email us, show@rumandnerdy.com. You got anything you want to plug?
Corey Rosen's book, Your Story Well Told.
Yeah, from 3 years ago.
Season 1, episode 11. The one with the book.
The one with the book.
That was a good episode. Corey's got some amazing industry stories.
Yeah, it's it's well told.
It is, and it is well told.
Yeah.
Conveniently.
There you go. Okay, fantastic. Listen, we love you all. Hope you enjoyed the trivia. Let us know if you have any other trivia. Reach out to us, or if there's any other subjects you want to hear us talk about. Let us know.
And
otherwise,
let us know if you're going to be in town for IAPA.
Yeah.
IAPA week. We'll be around. There's a lot of stuff going on.
I think we still have one space left for recording. So if you have a booth and you want us to come by and record from your booth, let us know quickly.
Or if you don't have a booth, but you have a booth that you would like to see us crash and record at,
right?
We're more than willing to do some viral recording.
Right. Okay. There you go. I think that's it.
Stay nerdy, my friends.
Thank you. We're the Cantina Band. If you have any requests, shout them out. Play that same song. All right, same song. Here we go.